We your boys. If you need us, we here for you, all right?
I know.
And lighten up on our boys.
Hey,
Eddie.
you do not know anything about that. Trust me.
Hold up. What
Tony. I don't want to talk about it.
I got you. I'll get up out of here before you kick me out again. But just know this. If you need me, I got you, all right? We locked in for life, right?
Yes. I know.
Okay, Zatima fans, now I made a post last night, and I'm not even going to sit up here and go like, oh, it was a controversial post. No, it was just my opinion. I will say that I did put a disclaimer in the actual post about how, the series is still really young. I mean, season 1, 10 episodes, and we're only 4 episodes into season 2, so collectively 14 episodes. And I don't really know if it's the right time to even say I have a favorite character. Hence why the post itself said, at the moment, I have to say that Tony is the best. Notice I said best, not favorite. I have to say that Tony is the best character in the series. Yes, I place him above Zach Fatima, my boo Deja, and my bae Belinda. And then I even typed in there, I'm too lazy at the moment to go into detail, which I will explain soon, about, why I feel Tony is the best character. Now, the reason being is because of the fact that if you look at Zach and Fatima so far in season 2, I think and I've said this before, I think Sistas season 5 was detrimental to Zatima season 2 because of all the drama, all of the character assassination moments that Tyler Perry did to Fatima throughout the season. It just felt like, okay, we've had enough of the Zach and Fatima drama. Now here we go with some more bullshit in season 2 of Zatima. If he would have used Zach and Fatima sparingly in season 4, it wouldn't feel like such a drag with them dealing with some shit now in their own show. Tony, I put as the best is due to the development. Mind you, this man hasn't been in every single episode. He's been in episode 1 and 4 of season 2. And he was in episode 1 of season 1. Then he was over at the house. He was in 5 or so episodes. I forgot the exact number, but he's been there for about maybe half of the entire series. But it's the development for me in regards of how he went from being like anti-Zatima to my boy's happy. I only want what's best for my man Zach. And I think that Tony stands out from the toxic friends like Angela, Belinda, and Nathan because, they're pretty much hell bent on breaking these two up. Angela can say what she wants to, but I think that, she's a fake friend. Yes, I said it. But Tony at first, and we can break it down. Tony went through like an arc. He went from not wanting to see another one of the circle, the group of guys that hang out, fall to the bullet that is love. Because they talked about in episode 1 of how, a few of the guys they used to roll from, they met a girl, then they fell in love, and now they don't hang out with us anymore because, they're in marriages or they got kids and whatnot. They grew up essentially, so they don't have time for us. So then Zach is the next to fall. Tony was like the main one because, in terms of telling Zach not to rush things or, do anything with Fatima because you just got out of this bullshit relationship with Karen. You just came into some money when you've had nothing your entire life. Have fun. Don't be out here, hooking up with the next girl you find. Next thing you know, wait. Y'all already moved in? You're living together? What's going on here? So then from there, we go to him getting the photo of Ian and Fatima in the coffee shop. And from his perspective, it was a very compromising position for Fatima to be in. And he got some questions like, yo, what's going on here? Is this, this woman that's has my man sprung, is he being played right now? So even when he showed Zach the photo, it was Nate who was gassing him up, because at first Tony told Nathan about the photo, And then Nathan was ready to go to war, but then Tony was the one who was calm in the entire situation. He wanted to make sure his boy was good. So you could argue, well, isn't he no different than Angela? The argument could be made, but at the same time, you just got to look at it from the scenario of his boy, his man's girl was, seen with another dude hugged up. And he was there in person. Mind you, the only thing that, separated him from Fatima at the time was the glass of the coffee store window. Angela, it was basically, hey, trust this unknown source of mine who got this photo of your man and Karen hugging. And that's it. Then from there, they had that, they went to that party. And Tony and Nathan were both like, Zach, come on, man, go back on the prowl. But of course, Nathan was the one that got Deja to come over and dance on him. Because at first, Zach left the party. Then he went back in because of Deja. And then Nate was the one that got her to come over there and dance with him. So, from there, Tony, who didn't know the full story, he was like, look, hey, Zach, man, have fun. Do your thing. Do your thing. Then moving on towards the end of, well, not the end of the series, but a couple episodes later, I think when they were at the gym, over the whole scenario of the photo of him and Deja, the photo of her and Ian, Nathan was yet again the one who was like, man, forget that girl. But then that's when we started to see the development of Tony, where he's like, wait, you said you and the girl are working things out? Wow, Zach, okay. Because he noticed that in the past, it used to be Zach would be like, oh, the hell with her, Karen or whatever girl he was seeing at the time. But the fact that he is working things out with his current girlfriend shows that Fatima's different. It was then when Tony noticed there was something different about Fatima that was bringing out something different in Zach. So up until that, from that point on, I don't think, and I could be wrong here, but I don't think we've seen Tony in any way, shape, or form try to sabotage the Zatima relationship. It was all Nathan that was doing this shit. Then, of course, from there, we get to the hot tub drama, and Tony came over that night to help Zach clean up because, yes, it was Nathan that caused this mess, but apparently ever since they were young, these two always had to clean up Nathan's messes because of his recklessness and whatnot. And from there, that was pretty much it. Tony was pretty cool with the relationship. And if nothing else, he was definitely the most level-headed of the guys. And he just wanted to keep the peace. But at the same time, he wasn't afraid of calling out Nathan for his bullshit. Like in the barbershop, first it was his dad, Mr. Tyrone. Wait, is it Tyrone? Mr. Tyrone, for telling Nathan off. And then Tony came out of the back and, he went on. He's like, hey, did you apologize to Zach yet? And of course, Nathan, didn't want to, apologize at all. But of course, we move into episode 3 when, I think it was episode 3. And that's when the guys went over to see Zach after meeting with his mom and his brother. And they knew something was up. Also, side note, at first when I watched the episode, I'm like, wait a minute. So Nathan went from being pissed off at Zach not even wanting to talk to him to checking on him. But then again, it's like they both know the impact and effect that Zach's family has on their friends. So, he probably decided now isn't the time for the drama. So let me just go check on my boy. But, from there, Tony yet again has a one-on-one with Zach. Like, look, I know you're going through right now. I know you said you're okay, but you're not. If you need to talk, I'm here. Nathan, on the other hand, he gets easily offended. Like, oh, man, okay, you throwing me out. Okay, yeah, I see how it is, man. I see how you are, Zach. Then he leaves. But Tony's always the one to kind of like, look, I'm going in there by myself because unlike you, I don't get pissed off at the drop of a hat. I'm just going to have a talk with our boy and then, go from there. So to me personally, and look, here's the thing. We're only 4 episodes into season 2. Episode synopsis reveal that the guys eventually find Fatima's dating profile, which may or may not be a thing to help Zach out that Fatima does. Is as a way to, I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But what I'm saying is this. For all I know, this week's episodes, when they drop on Thursday, they can have me going, man, Tony ain't shit. Because remember the last time I vouched for a project like, yay, bruh's better than Sisters. But then season 3 came out and it was trash. So As of right now, March 26th, I think Tony is arguably the best character in Zatima. What about Zach and Fatima? Don't get me started on that. Look, Fatima, no. Have I liked Fatima in season 2 so far? Hell of a lot better than the Sistas version of Fatima. But I didn't like the first scene, the shower scene between her and Zach, because she was still in that bullshit about how, you know, when I want to talk about something, we do it right then and there because it's what's best. But when you want to talk about something, Zach, I need to process it. And then, you know, the whole scenario about throwing Deja's groceries, that was a bit too far. And Zach, I did last week's episode with the Paul thing, that just really set his character back as far as I'm concerned. And that's about it. And I will say that Mona, she's only been in the show for like 90 seconds. She's a contender. I ain't gonna lie. We'll see what Mona does this week, because hell, for all I know, I could be doing a video this time next week like, yo, Mona is the MVP. But in terms of characters we've seen thus far in the show, I think Tony stands out. Also, I was talking with another fan. They were saying this, and I agree. Instead of, I get the show's name is Zatima, but instead of it always just being focused on Zach and Fatima, I wouldn't mind exploring the lives of Nathan and Tony just a little bit more, considering, you know, and even Melinda to an extent, because, you know, Nathan has a whole wife. I mean, what was the home dynamic like after he got busted in the face with that baseball bat? And then with Tony, you know, his dynamic with his dad, who owns a barbershop, you know, that's like a central pillar within the black community. There are a lot of conversations that could be had in that location. So hopefully we see more of the guys in the near future. And aside from Tony, if you don't agree, some people have said, look, Tony's up there, but I don't put him at the top. So who would you put at the top and why? Even if you disagree. And it's okay, because everybody has a top character. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I didn't say Tony is my favorite character. I said that as of right now, he is the best character. All right, like and subscribe, follow me on social media, and I will catch you in the next one.